Thanks for checking out today's video. Be sure to like and subscribe. Also, be sure to check out my Twitch channel at twitch.tv/darthjacen. Links for this and our Patreon will be in the description below. Hope you enjoy! What's up everybody? Starting today's video off with a little rundown of Naya Winota here in Pioneer. So, what this deck is trying to do is very quickly ramp into a couple of non-human creatures. Specifically, these creatures here, and even though this is a human, it creates a non-human. So you have these 21 non-human early drops, most of which produce mana or give some sort of advantage. And what you're trying to do is quickly get to Winota, that then allows you to grab humans from your deck when you attack. So you have 21 early enablers, or around 20, and you have 10 hits along with the other Winotas in the deck to try and get when you attack with Winota. Because you're looking at the top 6, much like a collected company, you get them in, tapped, attacking, and indestructible. If you want creatures that have good end of the battlefield effects, like Spellbinder or Huntmaster, these slots are new with Midnight Hunt. They previously were things like Blade Historian or Marauders, Angrath Marauders, which would double your damage or give you double strike on attacks. Then you have a Kenrith here, giving everything trample is usually very big against a lot of decks, and then it just has a ton of utility otherwise with your Sentinels and your Treasures off Innkeeper. You also have a Lair of the Hydra as an additional late game threat. Chariot sort of serves the double purpose here of being another good 4-mana threat, gives you 2 non-human tokens for Winota, and Winota can turn Chariot on all by itself, and then Chariot and 2 cats attacking into a Winota the next turn is usually game over. So this is almost its own little 2-card combo. A lot of times you're looking for your curve to be a 1-drop into either another 1-drop, 2-drop, or a 3-drop into either Chariot set up for the Winota or just Winota try and get an early advantage and kill them. Out of the sideboard, this version is super targeted. You have a couple cards for Jund Sacrifice, a couple cards again Graveyard interactive decks, Jund Sacrifice, really anything that uses the graveyard or creature mirrors. It's really helpful in matchups like against vampires, mono black, or red black Arcanist. Rending Volley, good for dealing with your Omnaths, more or less any reasonably sized, difficult to answer creature. Archon, great against Jeskai Ascendancy, good against Niv to Light, good against any of these decks that have greedy mana bases or need to really fire off spells like Blue-Red Arclight. Redain, good against a lot of decks, especially some of the control decks. Also, the backside can be useful against the burn decks. And then Arlen's sort of like the new card, much like Huntmaster, it's sort of taking a slot to see how valuable it would be. Arlen here is realistically used for her plus on the front side to power up your creatures, especially in like mirror situations or creature stalls. The minus gives you again 2 non-humans, and then on the back side you can just have a 5/5 hasty that comes down and also will trigger for Winota. So gives you a lot of good post-wrath insurance. If they wrath the board, you can just kill them with a 5/5 or rebuild your board quickly. Deck's pretty streamlined and straightforward, a lot of consistency with all your 4-ofs. You only have 2 1-ofs, everything else is a 4-of. In the mana base, the biggest issue you tend to hit is that you need green on turn 1, and you need red on the turn you cast Winota. So as you see, you have to be heavily indexed towards green or being able to be green, but you're still super consistent with the way your deck is built. You're just one of the most consistent 4-of style decks in the format. You do a very similar thing every game, and if you find matchups that are good for you, you tend to just run them over. It's a very good deck when you expect a meta of uninteractive combo decks, because you tend to just be quick enough because you play so many elves and they can't tend to get enough of your things off the board. I also like it a lot in creature mirrors. Though they can remove things like Winota, you can play it a little slower, just kill them with Chariots, Spellbinders, and now Huntmaster creates another really must-answer threat right away. And then eventually you just sneak down to Winota and kill them on the swing. So that's sort of the high-level overview of Naya Winota. Let's hop right into this league. See how it goes. All right, we're here for round number 1. Naya Winota with some updated Midnight Hunt cards. We're on the play, love to see it. No companion for us this time around. Makes it a little harder for everyone to guess what we're on as well. A little bonus. Alright, so they're probably on either Junsack or Ascendancy combo. Sand's missing red, but we have 1-drop into a 3-drop that's disruptive. I don't mind that at all. Looking for Chariot, Winota with a red source. Fuck. I'm just gonna play the Spellbinder. Take the Caryatid, really slow him down. Yeah, in this kind of matchup, taking Caryatid is always a good look. That was their draw for turn. Okay, well, this will give us white. Alright, we're on the board. If we draw a Winota, we can use this Despera Sentinel, and then we're good. So Winota's our best draw. Well, they're at 9. They get to play an Omnath. Block here, take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, go to 2. Or they could play Caryatid. Alright, Omnath. Really just need a Winota here. Alright, well, Chariot's not bad. Chariot should let us push through. Blocking Voice. Yeah, they'll block the Sentinel to turn off the Winota. Makes sense. 2, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1. Alright. They have to kill us. Otherwise, we'll kill them. So many pains open in this game. We're applying fast pressure. This is a matchup you want to see as Winota. I mean, this was a little bit of an anemic hand, but this is definitely a matchup you want to see. Yeah. They're just going to try and gain 8 life, or are they going to... Got these two, block here, take 5, 6, 7, 8. They'd go to 1 again, but they'd trade here and we'd have this. Whereas they could crack this, play Caryatid for the 4 mana, have 3 mana left over, put Gigantha in hand, but that wouldn't work. Alright, so they're going for something now. Good. Other iteration. So, stand these up, block here, or block here, block here. 1, 2, 4, or 1, 2, 5, 6. That would be lethal, right? Just counting something here. So they take 3, block, block, take 2. Yeah, they just left themselves dead. Alright. Oh, well, Kenny would have been alright, but we don't have the red mana to give it haste. Alright, so we want our Archons, our Redains. Ooze is pretty good. Volley to deal with Omnath. Arlen. Don't think we need Arlen. Okay, so they're going to almost assuredly bring in some Wrath effects, so we just need to be aware of that. I guess the oozes are kind of overkill. We don't actually need to target their graveyard that much. Archons, our 3 mana spells are our best, so we still really want to keep these. I think we need the Rending Volley. Voice is very good into Radiant Flames. Might just be the Hunt Masters. like focus in on being this style of deck instead. Like a chariot. Just like trim on these, bring one of these back. I don't hate that. Again, with Radiant Flames, you don't really want to have all of your early plays be sweepable. Alright. This is a 1-drop short of being great, but we have good mana, we have good disruption. I think in a matchup like this, we also have still something like 10 1-drops to draw to. Second Chariot's not great. We'll have a ton of pressure. Alright. Sadly, having no 1-drop, no 2-drop is a little tough, but they're not really pressuring us super hard. Right on time. Alright, I'm gonna lead with Spellbinder. Get an idea of what we're up against. I'm gonna take the Omnath. They can fry this if they want. Again, a big portion of this kind of matchup is just like protect your Archons. Don't let them get fried here. The list that did well in the showcase only played 1 fry post board. But if we slow down this Omnath, we can just jam a Chariot. If they play Ascendancy, rocks the bin. Right. Just play Ascendancy, but we really don't want to let our Archon get fried is the biggest problem. I think we're just gonna apply some pressure. If we die here, we die. Like, there's not a lot we can do when we know one of their cards. They have exactly Land Awakening 1 or 2 drop. I guess they have the fry, so they just need Land Awakening. Ideally, we can try and maneuver into a position where this Archon can come out without being afraid of fry. Another Ascendancy. A double Ascendancy. They pitched a land too, so they're just digging for the combo. Like, Archon will probably buy us a turn. Now it won't. Get a mountain. Tap these. Back for 7. Desperately hoping that they crack and kill this with Fry, but they're just patient and they know to crack before this resolves. So they want to crack, yeah, crack now. They'll fry this. Their 2 draw steps. Yeah, we just didn't quite have enough pressure this game from going 3 drop, 4 drop. Alright, we will die if they find Awakening. They get a lot of looks at it, but they're almost out of cards too, actually. And land. Yeah, they only have 2 cards in hand, so it needs to be exactly Awakening in a spell, but even then they still have to find... It has to be a spell that buys them cards, so like Cruise is the worst thing for us. Game's kind of fine. We can just play the second Chariot. Through with those, attack for lethal. Alright, pitch a Passage. Pitch another land. They're land flooded for sure here. Yep, this should take Spellbinder. They have another spell here. Oh, this looks like a cruise. Yeah. Alright. Well, that's about worst case scenario, but these loots do nothing. They lose an Ascendancy. Lose a Hallowed Fountain. Draw 2. Or sorry, draw 3. The Radiant Flames is the nightmare. Otherwise, we're still in pretty good shape here. And cost is a Caryatid. Could be a Wilt. Caryatid, sure. 2 in hand. Well, Winota's our best draw. Archon's a pretty close second. How's Elf for you? Alright. They can block a 2/2 and keep their Caryatid, which makes comboing much easier. Unfortunate. I'll go to 1. Alright. Kill this opponent. Iteration. Yeah. I would imagine we're dead here. Just 1 turn slow. Them finding the cruise there was the real beating, because also this is a free iteration because it untaps twice now. So we're just in the combo waiting room. Either they have it or they don't. They show me a cruise or a iteration's pretty good. Alright, there's Awakening. We're dead. Alright, that's fine. You return slow. Haven't found a Winota yet. I like where we're at. We just need to find Winota. Like, they have 1 Fry and we need to pressure it. Like, through things like Redain, slowing down cruises and things. Really, we just need to, like, hit Winota over Chariot. We found 4 Chariots, 3 or 4 so far. Alright. I don't hate this hand. Again, we really just need to find a Winota once in our life, but I don't hate it because we have good mana. Alright, so lead on Sentinel here. Play Voice and Elvish Mystic, and then just try and jam an early Kenrith. Alright, we're back in the Winota waiting room. We could go after the Sentinel. They are, and they really don't trust that we have red man in our deck. We're not entirely wrong. Alright. In the red mana waiting room. So they are holding up Fry. Alright. We will win the game if we draw red mana. We will lose the game if we do not. And our mana base has really been looking shaky this game, or this match. 7, 8, 9. Oh, we have 9 on board, and we can put counter somewhere. I guess we also can stand this up to make 10 on board. Alright, there's the Ascendancy. Red mana. This is truly pain. Alright, either we're dead or we're not. Just 2 Winotas in hand. They have to have exactly Awakening and 1 or 2 mana spell, but they haven't really done anything, so I have to imagine they have it. Very frustrating. Game 1, no red, no Winota. Game 2, perfect mana, no Winota. Game 3, they change the rocks for red mana. And we draw the Winota. It's either a Caryatid or we're dead. I suspect we're dead. I mean, it could be like a Radiant Flames, but they die to that, so. Could be a Fry, but they still die to that too. No, this looks like an Awakening. Unless they've mistapped for Omnath. Yeah, great. Oh, wonderful. It's really sad to lose to like probably one of your best matchups, but mana bases will get you. I mean, I can't foresee a world where they don't either have a 1-drop here or a second land into a 2-drop. Like, maybe they're just desperation trying to do it, but who knows? I guess they just desperation died. Oh, wow. Alright, well, this is a matchup I think we're supposed to win, supposed to be favored in, and we're going to die out of misfortune, but we stole it anyway. So, on to round number 2. Alright, here we are, back for round number 2. Oh, we're on the draw, and this hand has a little bit of a pinch on mana, but can't really turn it down. Hopefully they're not actually playing cards like Fiery Justice. No Thoughtseize. Okay, Red Black Arcanist. Oh, Black-White. Interesting. I'm gonna lead on Sentinel here. Mainly because if they Thoughtseize us, they're taking Winota anyway, but we hit another land, gives us the best upside. I guess they're all relatively the same. This just gives us a little bit better mana, potentially. So if we hit land, we're gonna go Lanarolf, Innkeeper. If we miss on land, oh, is this zombies? Interesting. All right, well they're letting us untap, so that's good for us. All right, and we hit the land too. This. This. I'm just gonna pass here. All right, what do they have here? Three mana. An X-Spell. Dark Salvation. All right. Kind of fine. Let's just dump our hand a little bit. I think we'd rather just dump our hand and have like a guaranteed huge Winota the next turn. We're not under any pressure. Like if they just use their whole turn to Dark Salvation and Elf, how about we just play 3 more? Then we have this Winota. We'll keep our treasure token around so we can guarantee we have the white mana. Getting 4 triggers seems like it should be enough. Alright, they found a white source. Alright, Servant is number of ETBs, okay. Another Expo. Sure. Now we only get 3 triggers. What a shame. Could still be more than enough. Hopefully. I'll just draw land so we can get 4 triggers though. Well, I guess I should have specified, huh? Alright, what do we got? Spin the wheel. Winota. We'll keep the one that's attacking. Nice. Little Hunt Master action. And last one missed. That's okay. They should eat the Sentinel. But we already have the Winota out, so. They should have eaten the Sentinel, because it takes away our white mana. But I guess we already have the Winota out, so there's not a whole lot of reason to just do that. But they'll still do it anyway, so that's good. 24. They lose a lot. I mean, we have Winota and this here Huntmaster. We can also fire up Lair if we don't want to risk our Corpse Knight. Sure. We'll just stand up Lair here. The 2/2 versus 1/1 into their board of 2/2s. This guy. Ooh. Let's Spellbinder. Even though I want the Huntmaster, I want to have a flyer and I want to see what's in their hand. In case they have like a Rally to the Ranks, we need to Rally the Ancestors. We have 2 of them. Canny's pretty good. And another Huntmaster. Six, take less than 18, I think. Yeah, 17. Great. Alright. Need them not to draw a white source. And they didn't. Nice. No one could have white sources there. Fine. Alright, so we definitely want Scavenging Ooze. Don't think we want these. Don't think we want these. Might want Yasharn. So I definitely want these. Voices are kind of easy out here. I don't know how much we want Yasharn. Archon. Flyers might just be good in this kind of matchup because they can't really interact. Grab Redanes. Oh, Redanes might be good because the backside. That's actually fair. Being able to make it so that I guess lose life doesn't help. Oh, but I guess this can stop Rally. I'll do this. I think I'd rather have Ooze than Voice here. Be able to interact with their graveyard for sure. It's cool getting to see some neat decks though. I love seeing these like white-black decks. I played against a white-black sacrifice deck the other day. It's like a straight up aristocrat deck, which is interesting. Okay, well this hand's pretty good. We have all our colors, we have a 1-drop. We even have a backup one in case this first one gets killed. If it doesn't get killed, then we're really off to the races, but I'd like to just draw a land or two or Winota. Preferably the land first. Right. Yep, push. Just need to draw a land here. But again, keep threatening turn after turn. Oops, Wayward Servant, sure. The perfect fast lane combination of the one that comes in untapped on 2 into the one that comes in untapped on 3. Colossus. Oh. Alright, so we can either jam a Chariot or Spellbinder. Probably best to get the Chariot down. Next turn we can Innkeeper as Spellbinder and attack. Oh boy. Well, this is gonna scale pretty quickly. Gonna scale very quickly. Might need a Winota or we're gonna die. Might even die with Winota. I guess Innkeeper will buy us some life, but this is gonna get out of hand real quick. They don't have any good attacks. Alright, Winota. And lets us not use our treasure, which I think is valuable. We're gonna gain backs in this life anyway. Corpse Knight. Eight, 10, 11. I'm just gonna attack with a Chariot. Get an extra life if they want to put 2 things in front. Fine with that. If they just want to chump, that's also fine. Ooh, a double Dark Salvation. The art is nice. We have 3 cats to block. This Kenrith will be hopefully good at gaining us a little life. Corpse Knight. Chris in the Winota waiting room here. Can't chip with the Colossus. Coming in. Take R6, right? This. Back, make another treasure token. More life. Pass back to them. There, up there. No. Not sure why they didn't just do that from the start, though. They just kill that right away. Alright. They went super wide on us, which is fine. We also didn't find a Winota. Will continue to be the problem, I imagine. And maybe Voice is good just as like a repeat blocker. Probably better than the Redain. Spellbinder's fine. Ooze is great. Could be trimming down on the elves again. The matchup where they are really heavy on the creatures. Yeah, Voice doing double block duty is probably worth it. Plus it makes it hard for them to be able to kill it profitably with the board states as they get. And we'll take the play. Hand's unkeepable. Hand's also unkeepable. This hand's good. We don't have red mana though. I think there's a chance we just put back Winota and Elf. Be Winota and Spellbinder. Much as I want to keep the Winota, the fact that we don't have red and we don't have a lot of cards to work with. Put back Spellbinder. We'll be sad if we hit a red source or if they can't kill our elf, but I think this is where we're at. This gives us the most chance. I guess keeping Winota gives us the most upside, but without a Sentinel or some other guaranteed way to make red, it's hard to justify keeping a card you can't cast on a 5. Alright, no Fatal Push. Okay. No Fatal Push makes me want to just get this going. Unmaster, a little awkward on 3 mana, but hopefully you can find like lands, chariots, things of that nature. This Fatal Push now? Oh, Dark Salvation on the elf, sure. Actually, oh, they only have 1 land. Okay. Get in there for sure. It's pretty good. If they miss on land here, they're just gonna fall so far behind. Alright, they found land. Do they keep Crypt Breaker here? Salvation doesn't kill the ooze here. We could kill a Voice, but then we just end up with a 2-2. That seems... Okay, so yeah, they definitely have a Salvation, so we just need to be aware of that. Get in there. This red. This up. We can make it a 3-3 as well. Alright, now they have 4 zombies, so we want to spread out the love here. Because Salvation will now kill any creature. Alright, Chariot will be a great follow-up if we hit 1 more land. Get in there. Just try and get them dead before they can stabilize here. Yeah, we'll do it this way. They can keep a Lazotep Reaver. And draw a card, pay life, yeah. Flyer. Breaker. Keep that graveyard empty. Again, they definitely have a Dark Salvation. So we just want to make sure that our creatures are as clear from that as possible. Perish. Fire. Again, just continues to feed this. Alright, we got 2 more creatures in the yard. Okay, well, land's our best draw, but Innkeeper's pretty good. Get in there. This. We're at 23, they're at 7. No. It's a white source too, but what does that do for them? Is there like a 3-mana spell they could have here? They could have a Diagraph Colossus. That's fine. The 7/7, which is scary for sure, but we'll go around it fairly quickly. Maybe we won't at this rate. Attack. They haven't had any form of actual removal. Yep. Just gets to eat creature, which is nice. Alright. Need them not to go white source rally. White source. We got a rally in here. That would be. Yeah, big rally. White source into white source was pretty brutal. Seven, 8, 9, 11. Wow. I guess we should have just kept eating everything and not playing anything else out, huh? Sort of brutal, but okay. Yeah, white source into rally when we didn't just keep eating all of their yard creatures is kind of something. Like now that they just have 2 huge idiots. Take 7 here. That's just so brutal. Like we just couldn't draw lands enough to be able to do everything we wanted in any reasonable fashion. I just don't think we drew 1 land in 12 cards. Like nothing we can do. Pass. I get to draw like 3. Yeah, we're just dead. This is a wet noodle fight where we just got a bit unlucky at the end there, huh? Like if we eat 2 more, if we eat 1 creature when Colossus comes in, it's a 6/6, and we have the 7/7, so we can get in. But then we still only eat what, 2 creatures. We could have eaten the 2 that drain and gain, and then we win. It's not over yet because Rally does get rid of them, but it's pretty close. We also only have 1 creature to eat at the moment. Losses, sure. Oh. They do have to be careful though. It's not too careful, right? Winota off the top doesn't do anything. I was gonna say, you don't want to attack into the... Alright. That... I don't even know what we want to do here. But yeah, news at least gets us a life. Not much. We're just getting drained out here pretty quick. Like, we just need things in the yard to eat. But we have the better battlefield if their champion's tapped. Block. 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 Take 4, and then we can kill on the crackback. So they can't just do that. Can't just swing out reckless. Block here. They have almost anything, we're gonna die. Dark Salvation. A third Dark Salvation. Right? 3. No, I don't want to do the second one. Alright, well that's still kind of fine. It's trades. Can eat this. Means their 7 can come in with mostly impunity. This. The fact that we like still can't find land. You get to draw 2 cards a turn. I mean, I guess, right? We're gonna get killed by most things. Might well be something that can feed our ooze a little. Probably just too much value anyway. And the zombies as is. Each zombie's 3 life. A lot. I mean, Winota could still do it, right? If they don't attack here and we draw Winota. Or we put Winota on the bottom and we wouldn't be able to cast it till turn 10 anyway. Great, huh? This is an interesting attack. I'm trying to figure out what they can get away with. Seems ambitious. Okay. Here, here, here. They have a zombie, we die. That better? I think we just need to let that happen. This is also going to create a creature. We'll go to 3. Again, still dies to a zombie. Not a lot of ways around that. Alright. Use a Winota. The champion of another fucking rally. But like, why not just do that? They have 2 creatures. Like, no matter what, they could have just done that. I guess if I just don't act, they can't bring back 2. That's... Alright. I just want to see if we find the Winota. Let me torture myself. Alright, back here for round number 3. Lost a super close one to Black-White Rally, the Ancestor Zombies. See if we can bounce back here. Oh, Claudio, so should be on Niv, unless he's testing something out. Well, that hand wasn't keepable. This hand also not keepable. Like to see some lands, some 1-drops, and a Winota. This is close enough to what I asked for. Put those back. Let's draw a Winota. Green-black. Playing Claudio. Jund. Without Gigantha. No, unclaimed territory, okay. Human. Okay, what human deck are we playing? Interesting. Guess we didn't need to shock there. Poor choice to do that. Just 5-color humans. I'd like to see a land here, so we get another trigger. Pro werewolf, okay. Human arc. Yes, this is just like Absan humans. Alright. A whiff. A spellbinder, huh? Well, we'll take the general. But this was a disaster. Just missing on that Winota trigger was just a straight disaster, huh? Yeah. There's no chance they let us combat. Right? We'll just play out Kenny here. There's no chance they let us get the Winota trigger. Tactics. Pump up the jams. Erase. Alright, well. Alright. Just. Woo. Everything, all the time. Alright. And unlucky. Alright, let's bring in our rending volleys, these archons, because they make the mana bad. Yasharin gets rid of some of the ability to sacrifice. I'm down on some of our top end here, just a little. The board's gonna get really clogged for chariots. I'm gonna trim on that a little. I think we do just want all of our creatures here. I'm on voice. I mean, Sharn might just not be. I mean, they're playing Confluence, but the general. Maybe that's enough reason. I think it's close. Give this a shot. Any one drop is good. Knock here. So any one drop here is pretty good, or just drawing land. Play this and pass. Need to find one more land or a one drop. Volley that now. Alright, I guess we'll die. Interesting deck from Claudio, but we're not really putting up much of a fight about it. Get Archon down, hopefully slow them down. We're really only going to be casting one spell per turn, so I assume they don't have any basics. But they have a ton of mana anyway from the Ultra. Sure. Oh, fine. Probably just take Chariot. Yep. I'll Spellbinder back. They have for green. Is it like a fight spell? The Dramoka's command. Select a company. And Claudio just with all the wild stuff, man. Alright, we'll just keep playing things. And it's a pretty good one. Wow, this deck is neat. Like it's super neat. It's like Abzan Coco humans. Yeah, we're just dead. Well, that was a super neat deck to see, even if it did beat us up pretty good, but interesting to see that deck. Maybe we'll play that in the near future, because that looked really sick. Alright, we'll be back for round number 4. Back for number 4. This person, I believe, usually plays Winota, so we might be in for a mirror. Oh, they have Aluris. Alright. Well, I can't turn down the best start we have, especially getting it down on turn 3. I'm gonna lead on this, see if it eventually makes them change what they think we are. They might go with no, just Thoughtseize. Red-Black Arcanist it is. Should take the Winota, but they might have removal for it, and then they just take the Chariot. Ooh. Taking the Accelerant's fine. We have a lot of Accelerants, though. And we already have our 4 lands. This really only works if they have an Arcanist. They have to trade here. If they get to Thoughtseize one of our threats, we get to eat their creature and play the other one. Now if they kill this and then attack, we're in much worse shape. Fatal Push can get boo, but it can't. Alright, Pillage Rights. Sure. Plenty of options. Alright, well, I'll give it a shot. Hey, we got our trigger. And a Kenny. Not bad. Get in there for 6. They can Fatal Push, Thoughtseize, or Village Rights. Arrow, sure. Not gonna block. They're gonna take the Chariot, I'm sure. No, just Village Rights. Interesting. They need to find a push here. Because funnily enough, we can just... Oh, this is even better. This. Through here. Trample Haste. We were just gonna go Elf Trample Haste and get a bunch of triggers, but this is just better. Alright. Yasharn. Ooze. Definitely don't want these. I think it's just Ooze and Yasharn. They have K command, so Chariot's kind of a liability, but we do still want some number. We want to eliminate some of our low drop stuff. We want these, we want these, we want these. Spellbinder's fine. These are all good. I'm gonna take rid of one Huntmaster. Like try and slim down a little bit on the top end, just because again it's unlikely for Winota to live. And they're gonna be attacking our hand pretty aggressively, I assume. Right, this is a keep. We have green, red, white. Thoughtseize is fine. Probably gotta take either the Ooze or the Winota. If they have a fatal push, they just take the Winota. You take the voice just because it's hard to get through. So we want to play green. Green, white, red. So we have all our mana, which is nice. Pathways coming in handy. An Arcanist going on. Oh, another Thoughtseize. Take our other 2-drop, I'm sure. Might just be a game where we get run over by Thoughtseizes, but they're low on cards, so if this doesn't find any meaningful action, a lot of reasonable draws. There's a Claim Fame, which you don't want to see. I'm just gonna play this. We drew our planes, so now we can't draw that later, but it's okay. Yeah, the Arcanist. Unfortunately means they're gonna be able to Thoughtseize us. So really want to hit something meaningful here. How's Temple Garden look? Not very meaningful. Fortunately, we're gonna get Thoughtseize. They're gonna take one of our threats. We'll play the other one, and then we're gonna be in not great shape. So I guess we do just have a lot of mana, so it's not the worst thing in the world. They have a slow start as well. We are just like one good top deck away. Takes you Sharn. Odd. Love to draw like a chariot. Alright. We're gonna play a removal spell and then we're gonna die. So again, we have the backup plan of just like drawing our 6-drop on 6. Yeah, this is what, Feed the Swarm? Rampage, sure. Rampage is such an odd, I mean, it can hit Chariot, but it's such an odd card to have in that situation. Nothing but lands, friend. Every draw in my deck that isn't a land is a good one, though. What did I say about land? Alright. Well, we're not dying quite yet. Soon, though. Go blank? Aluris to hand. I'm so used to playing decks that get go blanked, but not really something that happens here. Okay. I'm okay. Maybe there's a world, but I'm fine. That was just the curve of Thoughtseize. And we still were in reasonably good shape, but now we get to be on the play. That's pretty good. Forces them to have a lot of interaction. Which again is somewhat what they do. They're down to 5 looking for it. I'll lead on Sentinel. Care a lot less about it. It isn't guaranteed mana. Might just be hoping to dump our hand and find a Winota. Thoughtseize, a Stitchers, or a Thoughtseize is probably gonna just take the Huntmaster here. Unless they have another one. We're just dumping our hand as best we can. And just want to draw one of our good cards. Yep. Ooh, Innkeeper is pretty good. Especially because it lets us do this. this. Alright. We have 5 mana. We'd like to draw chariots, Winotas, all that good. Well, we're gonna dump our hand. Only one. Oh, we found the chariot. I'm gonna leave the token so that we have a reasonable thing to copy. Don't really care about getting thought seized here. Another Arcanist, a Shatter effect, a Young Pyromancer. Not a lot that red. We also kept the treasure token so that Ingress Rampage doesn't work because sack an artifact counts as treasure. Young Pyromancer. So they know what's in our hand. Yeah, choose not to. But got treasure token. Voice. I'll just pass. And we have gone quite wide. Got a lot of stuff brewing here. Roxa, we can pitch red board the. That's not the look they want. That is for sure. This. Tap all our small creatures. Cat. If this voice ever dies, it's just a huge. Alright, they go to 8. Really have just gone wide on him here. Keep doing the same thing till they're dead. Just draw a cat every turn. Yep, we're gonna trade there, block there, block there. Take 4, but ends up 2. They have a Thoughtseize, a Dreadhorde Arcanist, 3 lands, and are facing down a lot. Draw 2 and die. Block there to first 6, 8, 10. Yep. And so, one of the things about this deck is when you're doing it the fair way, it looks so much worse than a lot of decks like this. Your fair plan is not great. Your combo plan is great, but the games where we're a little bit more fair, we are just a worse fair deck. So I think that's something definitely to keep in mind about this style of deck. All right, back for round 5, trying to seal off a treasure chest at least. All right, up against Andy Wilson here. Looking for the 3-2. We're on the play. This hand's great. Let's go. We can lead on green, white, red. Okay. 6, no companion. All right. What are we up against? Arclight? Alright, well, killing our dork is bad when we then draw Jeskai? Oh? No, Jeskai Phoenix, probably. Alright, well. Well, we're gonna slam Winota next turn. See where we get from that. I'll use the one that's getting in damage. We put another one Winota on the bottom there. We have 2 of our good hits in our hand already, which isn't ideal. Another iteration. So they hit 2 1-mana spells. That'd be bad for us. Okay. No shock? Shock's bad for us as well. Oh, double thing? Sure. Start with attacks. We miss. Yikes. I'll play Kenrith. Hope they don't have 2 spells in there. Well. That's bad for us for sure. Found a lightning axe, but they can't cast it because that. But this. Lightning axe, unfortunately. No, they just had the opt anyway. Cool. Really unfortunate that we drew these, didn't hit it off the Winota. Now they can just lightning axe our Winota. I mean, they can just lightning axe and pieces and kill us. That was really frustrating. Our Winota hits have been so bad. I don't know if it's not having like Blade Historians and things as like outs to it, but it has been bad. Alright, let's bring out Archons. Bring these in. Bring these in. Definitely want all of these. I want chariots. Take out some sentinels. I feel like the spellbinders aren't great here. I'd rather have the archons. I think I'll trim 1 ooze. Even though I like ooze, it's not as impactful as some other cards can be. Alright. And has potential. We might just get red burn spelled out, but we have 1 drop into 2 drop, 3 drop. Where we play the right side of the pathway. Alright. They're Jeskai, so they get 1 spell per turn, and most of their land should enter tapped. Yeah. Yeah, Archon doesn't care about that at all. They have a red or a white spell. Lightning axe? Yep. little snooze action. Ah, just more chip shot. Take this Archon down. Top, I can't press. Well, we currently have protection from type effects. Do this. This. Another lightning act. This is a act. Fine. Well, we have Huntmaster next turn. Alright, well, Arclight in the yard isn't very scary as long as this Archon's stay. Well, that was short-lived. Bruise. You get one burb. Keep our treasure. And get a bunch of power onto the board. Might hold on to the second one, just because they are Jeskai, they might have actual wraths, but I would assume they don't. Flashback mending. We'll get in there for 10. Okay, so they are playing Angers. Get in there. Not going to commit anything more to the board here. Looks like it's above average. They're able to flip this here. Cruise. Means it has to be exactly 3 1-mana spells. Okay, well that's not going to do it. I mean, they could have something like a Chain to the Rocks. Yeah, alright. The Huntmaster gets it done. Alright, well their Huntmaster is pretty alright. I think we do just need all our like Redains and things, but the fact that they have Angers makes it less enticing. I think it's such a problem though. I think we do still need some number. I'll trim one chariot. Alright, well this hand's alright. Doesn't have the Winota, but it has a lot of the pieces that if we find a Winota or like a chariot, we're in good shape. I mean, if we just find 100 dorks, you know, like any hand, be a little behind. We haven't answered a thing. Play Ooze here. Hope they kept a hand that was pretty reliant on Thing in the Ice. Alright, well. So it goes. Reload. Alright, we're looking for anything high-costed. Well, they found Anger the God, so that's a problem. But mending card. We have Axe for Winota. Alright, well. We have reached the point of only finding lands, so they're gonna probably Anger the Gods this year. Like to find Huntmaster, Chariot, play Archon. Basically just entice them to kill it. Again, if they use the Lightning Axe here, it's 2 cards. Yeah, they're down to 1 card in hand. I mean, if it's not a Treasure Cruise, we're pretty much a parity. Except they have ending in the fortune. 1 Arclight, they just been. Pretty desperately need to find something on this draw step. Start falling too far behind. Well, at least it's a thing, I suppose. Alright. Huntmaster, Chariot, Kenrith. That's what we're looking for. Another Mending? No, Gaze. Sure. Yeah, Mending, Gaze, all these look really good. 1 card on top. Red, white. Oh, sure. Now we're certainly in trouble. Take 7. Take 7, we could hit Winota. That's about it. Yeah, these Jeskai Phoenix lists look really nice too. Alright, well that makes it even harder now. I don't think we have 1 hit. No, we can only deal 12 with Winota. We'll die. So it goes. No chest this time, but some close matches. Alright, so just some last minute closing thoughts here. The Huntmasters are interesting. Before we had sort of the combo kill aspect of the Blade Historians, I think the benefit of the Huntmasters is you feel sort of less all in on your first plan of like if Winota doesn't work, you have more castable big threats, but I think for this deck to be where you want it to be, you just want to be a linear combo deck that doesn't want to interact, doesn't want to deal with other decks, and just wants to sort of be all in. I like having the double strike. I think if the double strike was a big component we were missing, as well as having some rough Winota spins or not finding Winota, but yeah, you also flood out a lot for a 22 land deck, which is odd. Mainly because you have 22 lands and 12 dorks and another 4 here. So really you have 38 mana sources. So you need a little bit more, I think, unfortunately, to be able to run good with the deck. But definitely a deck I enjoy. I think it's a good meta game call some of the time, but I think if people are starting to play decks that have a lot more agency and removal for Winota, it's a lot tougher to deal with. Well, thanks for watching, everyone. Hey there. Thanks for stopping by. I hope you've enjoyed this content on either Twitch or YouTube. If you did, please like or subscribe. If you didn't, be sure to leave a comment down below. I promise not to read it. Until next time.